This is News 8 Now this morning.
Just to hear from people in the neighborhood, whether they work, live, or play in the neighborhood, again, what are those strengths? What are the needs of the neighborhood?
It's very important to recognize those symptoms, to present to the emergency room as quickly as possible by calling 911, because the treatment for stroke is time sensitive.
It's really the people. It's so much fun. You become, like our club, we've kind of become a family. So we've all kind of gotten to know each other over the years. I've seen some of these kids grow up and learn throughout the club. I've just gotten to kind of know them.
Good morning, everyone. That was your morning eye opener. I'm Dua Esrar.
And I'm Derek Sibley.
It is July 13th, 2023. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Happy pre-Friday.
Yeah. Almost there.
I know,
almost Friday. Happy
there.
almost Friday to everyone who celebrates. We've got some exciting news tonight. We may see the northern lights depending on, kind of if the atmosphere is right and if
we have to make sure the weather is cooperating with
that
too.
It
all depends on how much cloud cover that we may see, and then of course you have to factor in the fact that we may see some showers and thunderstorms here as well to kind of go along with that. But I think by overnight into the early morning hours, which is usually when we see the peak of the northern lights when we have those displays, I think we might be in okay shape. We'll get to that later. But I do want to currently show you the visibility levels, and they are dropping, especially to the west, where we are looking at visibility levels running anywhere between 0 to 1 miles here in portions of southeastern Minnesota. So just be aware of that for some patchy dense fog developing. We'll keep our eyes on the rest of the Coulee region for later fog that could develop. Temperatures into the 60s right now, and we are looking at some of those clouds increasing. Slight chance of a shower possible near the Chippewa Valley. Check on your planner here overall today. Besides some of that fog, otherwise we may be looking at some clouds, maybe a slight chance of a shower here early this morning. We see some partial clearing here early in the afternoon, followed by a few scattered showers and thunderstorms later this afternoon into early this evening with highs in the 80s. Allergy report showing grass and weed pollen is low, but that mold is still high. Cattail and nettle were the actual weed pollen that showed up on some of those air samples here recently. Now stay tuned. I'll have a check on your full weather forecast in a few minutes. We'll talk about some of the rain chances we could be looking at over the next couple of days. Dua?
Thanks, Derek. Well, let's get to some news this morning. We have unconfirmed reports of a grass fire in the Coon Valley area. We will have more information as it comes in on news8000.com. And we're going to begin this morning with an update on the train crossing signals that aren't working on La Crosse's south side. An official with BNSF Rail says a broken cable is to blame for the signals and gates not working at South Avenue's crossing near Green Bay Street. BNSF tells us it could take a month to be fixed. Until then, rail workers are expected to sound their horns and guide traffic on foot at the crossing. But video from a viewer at that crossing last night confirms this train in particular did not sound horns or guide traffic on foot. Just last month, an MTU bus worker struck a BNSF train on La Crosse's Ward Avenue and told police he did not hear any train horns before approaching the intersection. So another word of warning to use extra caution when at a train crossing. The DOT will start work on the US 14 intersection with Shelby Road in La Crosse on Monday. The more than $450,000 project will install traffic signals, realign left turn lanes, and build 88 accessible curb ramps. US 14 will stay open with occasional lane closures. It's supposed to be done by early October. A Toma woman has died after an ATV crash late Monday night. According to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, the woman was driving an ATV on Heritage Road in Toma around 9 on Monday. The ATV left the road and hit a tree. The woman was taken to a hospital where she died yesterday. The woman's name is being withheld at this time. The Wisconsin DNR will continue the investigation into the crash. Police have identified the man killed in a car crash on Highway 53 in Eau Claire earlier this week. 33-year-old Juan Burstein was the victim killed in Sunday's night's crash. He had stopped his truck on the shoulder of the highway and had stepped outside when an SUV crashed into him and the truck. He was pronounced dead at the scene. No arrests have been made. The Wisconsin State Patrol is helping with the investigation. West Salem police say there is no danger to students, faculty, or community members after an online threat was made against West Salem schools. In a letter to staff members and families, the West Salem School District said police notified them early yesterday morning of a potential threat that came from a Snapchat post. The investigation determined there was no danger. School officials said, according to the school district calendar, summer school classes for elementary and middle school students started this week. An arrest has been made in connection to a hit and run that occurred between Hillsborough and Lafarge. 24-year-old Tyler Hill was taken into custody at 1:15 yesterday afternoon. No injuries were reported from the hit and run, but there was property damage. The Vernon County Sheriff's Office says Hill will be booked on traffic-related offenses. The investigation is ongoing. Over at Copeland Park, the Loggers held a stroke survival night to honor and celebrate stroke survivors. Survivors got to throw first pitches before the start of the game. Medical staff from the neurology department of Mayo Clinic were also there to provide information about strokes. A stroke happens when something, often a blood clot, blocks supply of blood to the brain or when a blood vessel in the brain bursts. The most common stroke symptoms are facial droop, slurred speech, and arm weakness. One doctor said that it's important to seek treatment quickly if you think you're having a stroke.
It's very important to recognize those symptoms to present to the emergency room as quickly as possible by calling 911 because the treatment for stroke is time sensitive.
Treatment for a stroke involves taking blood thinners to break up the blood clot. Dr. Anderson also said it's important to do rehab after stroke, which can include speech and physical therapy. That way, survivors can get back to their normal lives as quickly as possible. City of La Crosse residents who want to operate a short-term rental property like an Airbnb may have to pay the city a yearly fine. The La Crosse Community Revitalization Commission met at City Hall to discuss an ordinance that would establish a short-term rental license application. The proposal would charge short-term rental owners $50 a year to license their short-term rental or STR. The commission cited several letters that city residents submitted. Commission members discussed the potential for the ordinance to provide an up-to-date list of STRs in the city limits and also offer a fact-based nuisance complaint system. The commission ultimately voted to move the ordinance to the next step on the approval process. Area organizations held a third community workshop to discuss a shared vision for development on La Crosse's south side. Engineers from ISG and reps from Mayo Clinic Health System, 360 Real Estate Solutions, and Borton Construction all met at the Southside Neighborhood Center to go over community recommendations on development projects. With the new Mayo Clinic Health System campus coming to the area, participants want other projects to enhance the Southside neighborhood to make it a better place to live and work.
Just to hear from people in the neighborhood, whether they work, live, or play in the neighborhood, you know, again, what are those strengths? What are the needs of the neighborhood?
Organizers say it's important to have dialogue with community members to make sure that the right things are getting pushed forward and keeping in tune with the neighborhood. A local 4-H club is celebrating 100 years together. The Glasgow Hardy's Creek Busy Bees 4-H club celebrated its 100-year anniversary at the Trumpereau County Fair. The 4-H club was founded in 1923 and gets kids involved in everything from STEM to baking to agriculture. One teen said that he keeps coming back to 4-H because of the relationships he's made with other members.
It's really the people. It's so much fun. You become, like our club, we've kind of become a family. So we've all kind of gotten to know each other over the years. I've seen some of these kids grow up and learn throughout the club. I've just gotten to kind of know them.
If you'd like to get involved in your 4-H club, you can go to 4h.org. We'll post a link on our website, news8000.com. The Tomah VA Medical Center hosted its annual Independence Day celebration for inpatient veterans at the facility. Volunteers from civic and veteran organizations came out, making it an enjoyable social event for everyone involved, and they are excited to be able to have these activities without the restrictions of COVID.
I just want to say that it's an honor to be able to help our fellow veterans and doing things that they enjoy, getting them out and having some fun.
There were games, cotton candy, shaved ice, and even live music from Brian and the Mississippi Dutchman. Organizers say the roots of this event are that everyone looks forward to, and they've been going since 1947. The new Gunderson Tri-County Hospital in Whitehall is nearing completion after 4 years of planning and construction. The new building will replace the former hospital, which opened over 60 years ago. News 8 Now's Michael Germain got a look at the facility and has more on how the need to incorporate changing technology in healthcare has Gunderson looking to the future in a whole new way.
We began planning and hiring architects and contractors back in 2019.
When it comes to healthcare, technology is king. And with more than 20,000 people in Jackson and Trempealeau counties to serve, Gunderson Healthcare says the new Tri-County Hospital in Whitehall is ready for its coronation.
Everything is built in and planned around those technology needs in this new facility, and we'll be able to have every telehealth and all of the options that are available today.
Options like wireless connectivity that will allow outside specialists to remote directly into a patient's emergency bay.
Our new trauma bays are amazing, and the things that we will be able to transmit to specialists and other physicians elsewhere to help consult on patients.
In addition to emergency care, the new facility will house rehabilitation services. The project has cost $51 million so far, most of that from federal appropriations and bonds. A crucial investment for an area that so often sees technology pass it by.
To be able to stay in this area and provide that high state-of-the-art class healthcare continually is key.
In La Crosse, Michael Germain, News 8 Now.
The hospital is set to open July 24th, complete with a helipad landing. While still ahead on your morning news, your next Chipotle guacamole may rarely touch human hands. And it's almost time to buy school supplies, but this year, some supplies may be a little more pricey on your wallets. That and more is coming up this morning. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. A Fresno County Sheriff's deputy saved some four-legged friends. The deputy rescued 3 pups from the side of a road in Fresno County, California. He says he loaded them into the back seat of his patrol car and took the pups to Fresno County Animal Services. Shelter workers say the puppies appear to be a shepherd mix and 10 weeks old. Oh my goodness, just aged them. Don't go anywhere. Your consumer news at News 8 Now this morning is after the break.
Still watching for the development of some patchy fog here in some spots, especially foggy the further towards the west you are. Here's a look at the satellite and radar picture. You can see some of those increasing clouds. Slight chance of a shower is possible, which is why I do have a slight chance of a drizzle, at least in the forecast here for the morning as you head out the door with you and your furry friend. But partly cloudy skies for the afternoon walks. The evening walks, though, you may run to a few scattered showers and thunderstorms here, however, so something we'll keep our eyes on here for you throughout the day. Our current temperature readings are into the 60s. We got 60 degrees in Eau Claire. In La Crosse, you're currently 63. Winona's at 61. Sparta, you're currently at 60 degrees. And today for your zone forecast, I am thinking that our highs today will be reaching those upper 70s and some spots even nearing those low 80s today in La Crosse County with that high of 81 in West Salem. High of 80 today in Lansing. It will be 78 in Waukon. Same down there in Postville, 79 Harpers Ferry. It will be 78 today if you're in Viroqua, and a high of about 82 in La Crescent. Meanwhile, to our central zones, high of about 80 today in Melrose. Winona, you're looking at a high of about 82 degrees this afternoon. Alma to the west in Buffalo County, 83 degrees here for you. Black River Falls at 81, and Sparta today at 79. In the Chippewa Valley, we're looking at highs around 83 today in Eau Claire, 79 in Cornell, and a high of 81 today in Augusta. In Altoona, you're looking at a high of 82 with mixed sun and clouds. I'll have another check on that full weather forecast coming up in a few minutes, and we'll talk about some possible rain chances over the next couple of days once again in just a bit.
In your morning consumer news, Chipotle is getting a new special helping hand. The Tex-Mex restaurant is testing out a new robot to help make guacamole. Avocado will slice, de-skin, and remove cores from 25 pounds of avocados. The robot is expected to cut the restaurant's guacamole prep time in half. But that will not only be the only robot that's helping in the kitchen. The company is also testing Chippy. That robot will help make tortilla chips. Grocery store prices are staying steady, according to the latest consumer price index by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Grocery prices went up only 0.1% over the month of June. This comes as food prices have risen 5.7% over the past year. The war in Ukraine, extreme weather, avian flu, and increased supply chain costs are some of the factors that caused the increases. And thousands of Floridians are losing insurance coverage. This comes as Farmers Insurance announced they will be leaving the state. In a statement, the company said it will stop offering insurance policies in Florida. Customers who are affected will be notified when their coverage will end, as well as options for replacement coverage. The company says the move is necessary to manage risk exposure from hurricanes and the state's legal system, which promotes litigation abuse and excess claims. Customers who use Farmers subsidiaries like Foremost Signature and Bristol West will not be affected. Summer break will be over soon for some kids, and this year, buying school supplies may cost a little bit more. Kaylee Schuler spoke with one mom about how she manages the sticker shock.
It's that time of year where school supply lists are coming out for the upcoming school year and parents are emptying their wallets.
Not including clothing or shoes, just including the back to school supplies, I would say that we spend probably about $150 to $200 per child.
Katie Mann is a mom of 4. She says back to school season is always stressful for her family.
Shoes is always the most expensive item in our family, even if you're not buying the high-end name brand shoes.
With all expenses accounted for, families are looking to pay more than last year.
On average, they're saying for K through 12, it's about $700 per child.
According to Andy Mattingly, CEO of Forum Credit Union, that's $50 higher than last year. So with multiple kids, that can add up.
Just try to spread it out if you can. If you don't need all of the school supplies on the first day of school, buy some in July, buy some in August.
The National Retail Federation says 25% of back-to-school shoppers have already started buying items on their list. Mattingly also advises consumers to take advantage of sales.
Retailers have talked about how they are going to have more sales this year than they have in the past.
Mann says she also found ways to simplify the process.
On both the Target website and the Walmart website, and they had our school lists actually already built in there. And with one easy click, it literally took me 30 seconds on each of the websites. I could throw it into my shopping cart.
A lot of different places that people can go for assistance. So the Salvation Army, United Way, a lot of local churches, Boys and Girls Club.
Many teachers also face the burden of buying supplies for their classrooms. Well, that's it for your morning consumer news. Let's check in with Derek and get today's forecast. And Derek, man, does it look like school's in session outside.
Yeah, it feels like it, right? But we do have foggy conditions here this morning that I just want to go ahead and show you. We do have low visibilities here in portions of southeastern Minnesota, anywhere between around 0 to 2 miles, and the same can be said here across our southern communities. The rest of us here not looking as foggy, but we'll keep our eyes on this visibility map as we progress over the next few hours this morning. 63 degrees currently and pretty cloudy right now in La Crosse. Meanwhile, to the north in Eau Claire, it's currently at 60 degrees here as well with those clouds overhead. Southwest winds light at 5. Current temperature readings are into the 60s as you head out the door this morning. Check now on your day planner. A few slight showers, maybe a little bit of drizzle here, possible around 75 degrees and partly cloudy at noon today. And then watching for isolated thunderstorms that could move in here as we head to 77 and partly cloudy by early this evening. With our forecast high temperatures today into the upper 70s to low 80s during this afternoon. So as of right now, we are are starting to see the clouds increase. A couple of light showers beginning to move into the Chippewa Valley from the north. We'll keep our eyes on those showers, but I think for the most part, those showers are looking pretty light here and shouldn't cause really a whole lot of problems for the morning commute as we head throughout the rest of the morning here. Now, as we take you into the later afternoon hours, I am watching for a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms across portions of the area. Those will clear out as we head into early this evening. Watching for more shower and thunderstorm development back towards the west. Those could move in here to portions of the area as we head into overnight tonight and then clear out of here as we head into early tomorrow morning. Here's 7 o'clock, and you can see for the most part things there have begun to settle down. Now, as we head into the rest of the day tomorrow afternoon, I'm watching for more scattered showers and thunderstorms that could develop and move their way east across the Coulee region here. Some of these could produce some light downpours here at times as we head into the later afternoon to early evening, and then clearing out of here as we head into tomorrow night. Now, as we take you into Saturday, I think for the most part things are going to be okay. May see some mixed clouds and sunshine, slight chance of a shower during the morning, and then a shower or thunderstorm can't be completely ruled out of here as we take you into Saturday afternoon and through Saturday evening as well. So we'll keep our eyes on that. For now, though, I still do have some rain chances in the forecast through Saturday here over these next few days. Now, Sunday, I think it's going to be much drier. Our temperatures will be into the low to mid 80s, mixed clouds and sunshine really throughout much of next week. We may see another chance of thunderstorms late next week on Thursday, something to watch out for. But as of now, I'm not really expecting a whole lot here between at least Sunday through Wednesday. So we'll get a long break there with highs in the 80s, lows in the 50s and 60s. Stay with us, though. We're back with much more news and weather still to come on News 8 Now this morning. For now, we're taking a quick break with a look what happened on this day in history for July 13th. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz. The Loggers were back in action yesterday after a much-needed two-day rest, coming off of 25 games in 26 days. The stretch ended with wins in 7 out of 8 games and helped them start the second half of the season out strong. But now they're back in action with a little doubleheader against the Eau Claire Express. We go to Copeland Park. Rain was coming down hard in game 1, so we'll stick with the Northwood stream. Jump to the 6th inning. Loggers down 3, bases loaded for the LSU Tiger, Ethan Frey. He lines one over to right field. That gets down. 1 run scores. A second run will come in to score, and the Loggers now down just 1. A few batters later, Ben Ziegler-Naoma grounds one past the shortstop. Justin DeCrescio walks on in. This game is all tied at 7. Next inning, Express would threaten with the bases loaded, but Jalen Worthley gets the strikeout to escape the inning. He's fired up. This one's still tied. Then the Loggers would blow this game wide open. Bases loaded for Michael Dixon. He lines one back up the middle. 2-run score, part of a 6-run 7th inning as the Loggers get the win in game 1, 13-7. All right, the rain did clear up, so I made my way down for game 2. Loggers led 1-0 in the 4th, but check out Aiden Sweat. Lines one into right for a 1-out single, and then after stealing second, Sweat would go ahead and take third, and then a few pitches later, ball goes to the backstop. Sweat sliding into home, putting on a base running clinic. Loggers lead 2-0. Express would tie it in the 5th, but Loggers would answer. Man on for DeCrescio. He grounds one up the middle for an RBI single. And then a few batters later, Matthew Piotrowski lines one into left center. That gets down. 2 more runs come in to score. Part of a 9-run 5th inning. Loggers would get the win 18-4. They are now 9-1 to start the second half of the season. At the ESPYs, it wasn't an NBA award, but maybe more importantly, Milwaukee Bucks guard Jrue Holiday and his wife Lauren were the winners of the Muhammad Ali Sports Humanitarian Award for their work in the community. If you didn't know, Jrue and Lauren have donated millions of dollars to their own foundation, the JLH Social Impact Fund, where they use that money to help and support Black-owned small businesses. During their speech, Jrue and Lauren encouraged all other athletes to give back to the community.
And to all our fellow athletes in the crowd tonight, so many of you are doing incredible things with your platform. None of this, the fame, the accolades, none of it's worth it if we don't use it to empower those around us, to make this world a better place for all that live in it.
Well, NFL fans, get ready. I told you about Netflix's new docuseries Quarterback. Well, coming up later this fall, you'll be able to have an in-depth look at Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. It was announced yesterday that the HBO show Hard Knocks will feature the New York Jets. Now, the crazy part about it is the Jets said no to being on Hard Knocks and wanted no part of it, but the Jets were one of 4 teams eligible to be selected according to league criteria. And because all other eligible teams said no, the NFL decided to go with the Jets. Sure, the team wanted no part of it, but this has to be the best option, with it being Aaron Rodgers' first year and all of the headlines that come with it. The Jets report to training camp 1 week from today, and the cameras will be rolling in full force. The premiere date still to be announced. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
You can try several new tasty dishes at the Great Minnesota Get Together next month. The State Fair announced more than 30 new options like fruity cereal, milk biscuits, and loaded lobster fries. Some are new foods from old vendors, but there are also some newbies that are excited to have a shot at serving fair food. Twin Cities restaurant Afro Deli is one of the 7 new vendors. Founder and CEO Abdulrahim Kahin says he's waited for years to bring his food to the State Fair.
State Fair, it's something that, as you know, as an entrepreneur, as a restaurateur, it's something that you dream to be there.
One thing on the menu is their signature sambusa, a pastry with chicken, beef, or veggie filling. For a full list of the new foods at the State Fair, you can go to mnstatefair.org. Wisconsin averages 7,000 large truck crashes each year. That's according to the Wisconsin State Patrol. This week, State Patrol is partnering with the Wisconsin Motor Carriers Association to ride with semi-truck drivers to keep an eye out for traffic violations. It's called Trooper in a Truck, and law enforcement says it's an effort to focus on safe driving.
Vantage point from the truck, you can look down and see texting, YouTubing, putting makeup on, whatever, all the inattentive driving, all the things that happen for causing fatalities.
Trooper in a Truck is part of Operation Safe Driver Week, a nationwide awareness and enforcement initiative aimed at improving driving behaviors of passenger, vehicle, and commercial drivers. Now, if the trooper in the truck observes a violation from a driver, they will signal to unmarked patrol cars nearby to make a stop.
You know, this vehicle such and such in this lane observed texting and driving. They actually, even if they just have their phone in their hand, which is really illegal, they're not going to call it out. But if they see them scrolling, and believe me, you can see them scrolling from where you're sitting up at that vantage point, they'll say, you know, texting and driving.
Senator Tammy Baldwin introduced the Dairy Business Innovation Act of 2023 to continue support for dairy farmers. The act builds on a program created in the 2018 Farm Bill when 3 dairy business and innovation centers were established across the country. One of the innovation centers is in Wisconsin. The Dairy Innovation Act will increase funding for the program by $16 million.
The idea is to try to reach more businesses that are looking for the opportunity to innovate, to add value to their product, and to reach new markets.
The regional initiatives provide assistance to dairy farmers by supporting and expanding new dairy businesses and promoting innovation in dairy products. Since the program was officially established in 2019, $150 million have been distributed to the regional centers. Advocates set up a display outside the Chippewa County Courthouse to raise awareness on rights for crime victims. The courthouse has these silhouettes on either side of the entrance. Each one has a QR code that pulls up information on the 17 rights that crime victims have through Marsy's Law, which Wisconsin enacted in 2020. The state director for Marsy's Law says the silhouettes are a partnership local law enforcement, victim services, and family support centers. She hopes the display reminds victims that local and state resources are available whenever they need them.
Being educated about the rights that are available to you if you find yourself becoming a victim of crime is crucial. It helps victims navigate criminal justice system in a more meaningful way.
The rights for victims in Wisconsin include the right to privacy and the right to be heard in court. We'll have the full list of rights on our website, news8000.com. Well, this morning, much of the country is locked in intense heat. Millions are under heat alerts in more than a dozen states. Meanwhile, powerful storms around Chicago brought torrential rain and several tornadoes. CBS News' Jared Hill has the latest.
Oh my God. Oh my God. A tornado spotted near Chicago's O'Hare International Airport, one of several seen across the Chicago area Wednesday.
All I saw was the tornado come straight down here, and debris started flying all over the place.
The storms took out homes and knocked down trees, but fortunately spared lives. In the Southwest, a different problem. Cooling centers are being set up around Phoenix, Arizona, the city gearing up for its 14th straight day of temperatures at or above 110 degrees.
We pass out hygiene kits, cooling towels, hats, anything that we can give people to help them face the heat.
Even just a half hour in this heat can really change how our body's feeling, how we're performing.
Some of the warning signs of heat stroke: dizziness, nausea, and confusion. The dangerously high temperatures are expected to spread to California next. Forecasters say LA County could hit up to 113 on Friday. The scorching temperatures are already singeing crops further north in Fresno.
These grapes at this stage of the year, they should be plump and juicy and getting to like peak ripeness.
Meanwhile, in New England, cleanup continues after horrific flooding. FEMA crews toured the city of Barre, Vermont, covered in mud, while other parts of the state are still underwater.
And here's Derek to tell us what to expect for our morning commute. Derek, we are definitely not facing that extreme heat, are we?
No, we're not facing that extreme heat, but we are looking at some patchy fog here developing at least locally right now this morning. So that's something that is concerning. We'll have to keep our eyes on, especially if you're in southeastern Minnesota. You could run into some problems with that here for some fog on the morning commute. We're seeing some of the clouds increase right now. The satellite picture also picking up on some of the fog. Also watching a few light sprinkles here moving into town, into some portions of the area. Current temperatures are into the 50s, 60s, 63 in La Crosse right now, 60 in Eau Claire, 63 in Winona. Temperatures in Sparta currently at 60 degrees. Forecast overall today looks like this with a few isolated thunderstorms. Temperatures at around 82 degrees. Some clouds here possible in some spots if you don't see storms. Southwest winds 5 to 10. For tonight, 67 degrees with scattered thunderstorms possible, partly cloudy skies otherwise, south-southwest winds at 5 to 10. As far as your mowing forecast goes this morning, here's what it looks like: a slight chance of a shower storm possible, otherwise cloudy with some fog in some spots, 63 degrees. Noon today, partly cloudy, 75. Scattered thunderstorms around 5 o'clock with temperatures at around 80 degrees this afternoon. Stay tuned. I'll have a final check on your full weather forecast coming up in a few minutes. We'll time out the details as far as the rain chances and what we could be looking like this weekend and next week. Also coming up in our Buzz Report, Dolly Parton is hosting a Willy Wonka-inspired scavenger hunt to celebrate a big milestone. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Dense fog is developing in some spots of the Coulee region, especially if you are in southeastern Minnesota, where we're seeing some lower visibilities, anywhere between around 0 to 3 miles in some spots. Meanwhile, we're not looking at the lower visibilities further east because we're not seeing some of that fog here develop over portions of the La Crosse and Eau Claire area, however, at the moment. But we will keep our eyes on it, though, nonetheless, throughout the morning here for you. Right now in La Crosse, not foggy. Visibility is at 10 miles, but it is a bit on the cloudy side. Temperatures at around 63 degrees. Meanwhile, to the north in Eau Claire, you're also looking cloudy here as well, with temperatures at 60 degrees too. Current temperatures as you head out the door everywhere else this morning, upper 50s if not low 60s across the board. And here's a check on your overall planner. We'll be at 64 degrees with a light chance of a drizzle or so. Partly cloudy, 75 degrees at around noon today, followed by 82 with some isolated thunderstorms popping up here at times at around 4 o'clock in the day, and then partly cloudy, 77 degrees by early this evening at around 8 p.m. So the forecast high temperatures today will be into the upper 70s to low 80s. I'm expecting a high of about 82 today in Winona, and same can be said in Eau Claire and also down south in La Crosse here this afternoon. So right now things are looking pretty dry. Watching a couple of light showers moving in here from the north, but other than that, things are looking pretty quiet across the Coulee region. Slight chance of a shower here possible into the Chippewa Valley by the later morning hours, and we will be looking at some more scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up here for portions of the area as we head into this afternoon. That's pretty much going to be the trend here over the next couple of days, just off and on showers and storms that could pop up here at times on the radar as we take you into tonight. Again, watching more showers and storms moving in from the west here at times, some of them producing locally heavy downpours before they begin to clear out as we head into early tomorrow morning. And then after that, we are going to be looking at a few showers back towards the west that I am going to be watching carefully as they continue to move east. They could develop further and give us some more chance of a scattered shower or storm here at times as we head into tomorrow afternoon and then once again into tomorrow evening, and then clearing out again as we head into tomorrow night. So it's just that rinse and repeat type of cycle over and over again. And then as we head into Saturday, we see another slight chance of a shower or storm popping up here at times during the morning. We may see that trend here linger into the early afternoon here as well, as you can see. But it looks like the majority of those showers and storms will be well focused well to the eastern Wisconsin area, and then kind of moving out of here as we head into Saturday evening. All right, here's a check on your 8-day forecast, and you can see that we will be looking at a few storms lingering in the forecast through at least Saturday. Sunday, we enter a dry period, and that dry period looks like it will continue through at least the first half of next week with highs into the 80s, low temperatures in the 50s and low 60s.
In our Morning Buzz report, forget about golden tickets and Willy Wonka. Dolly Parton will soon have kids looking for bookmarks as she celebrates a notable milestone for her Imagination Library program. The program has so far gifted 200 million books to young children globally since it was launched in 1995. As part of the celebration, 7 Dolly bookmarks will be randomly hidden inside books gifted during September. The lucky recipients will receive a video chat with Dolly, a personalized letter that's signed, and an autographed picture, and 4 tickets to the Dollywood theme park.
If your cover is blown, there is no saving you. You have to save yourself.
Do it quiet, and you do it clean.
Zoe Saldana and Nicole Kidman were in London for the premiere screening of their upcoming CIA thriller series Special Ops Lioness. The series is inspired by an actual U.S. military program and follows the life of Jo, who attempts to balance her personal and professional life as a top operative. Zoe Saldana plays Jo. Special Ops Lioness comes to Paramount Plus July 23rd. And the queen of percussion, Sheila E., is making history on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She is the first female solo percussionist to receive a star. At the ceremony, she performed alongside her father, Pete Escovedo. All right, we're going to go back to talking a little bit about Dolly. Do you know a fun fact?
Tell me the fun fact.
She's Miley Cyrus's godmother.
No way. Seriously?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. My first
Fun
time,
fact.
My first time actually like watching anything that had Dolly in it was Steel Magnolias. I don't know if you've seen that.
Okay. Yeah. No.
All-star cast: Sally Fields, Julia Roberts. It's so funny. I recommend it 10 out of 10. I love
cool.
Dolly.
Yeah, Dolly is awesome, and she's got some cool theme parks too.
Yeah,
check them out.
She's an icon. She's an icon.
She is.
Well, before we head to break, it's time for today's Look Who's 8.
We're going to start off with Molly today, who is turning 8, and Molly and Maddie, that is. They both love swimming, crafts, and ice cream.
Happy 8th birthday to Jordan. Jordan enjoys playing with his dog, being outdoors, and playing sports.
Happy 80th birthday to Maggie. Maggie loves spending quality time with her family and loves to go shopping.
Happy 88th birthday to Shirlea. Shirlea loves slots, camping, and going fishing.
Happy 88th birthday to Carol. Carol enjoys crocheting, playing cards, and spending time with her grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
Happy 88th birthday to Edith. Edith is a wonderful grandmother that loves to feed the birds and enjoys visiting friends and family.
Well, if you know a special someone that's turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab. Stay with us. We have everything you need to know today in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is up next. The DOT will start work on the US 14 intersection with Shelby Road in La Crosse on Monday. The more than $450,000 project will install traffic signals, realign left turn lanes, and build ADA accessible curb ramps. US 14 will stay open with occasional lane closures. It's supposed to be done by community workshop to discuss a shared vision for development on La Crosse's south side. Engineers from ISG and reps from Mayo Clinic Health System, 360 Real Estate Solutions, and Borton Construction all met at the Southside Neighborhood Center to go over community recommendations on development projects. With the new Mayo Clinic Health System campus coming to the area, participants want other projects to enhance the Southside neighborhood to make it a better place to live and work.
Just to hear from people in the neighborhood, whether they work, live, or play in the neighborhood, again, what are those strengths? What are the needs of the neighborhood?
Organizers say it's important to have dialogue with community members to make sure that the right things are getting pushed forward and keeping in tune with the neighborhood. A local 4-H club is celebrating 100 years together. The Glasgow Hardy's Creek Busy Bees 4-H Club celebrated its 100-year anniversary at the Trempealeau County Fair. The 4-H Club was founded in 1923 and gets kids involved in everything from STEM to baking to agriculture. One teen said that he keeps coming back to 4-H because of the relationships he's made with other members.
It's really the people. It's so much fun. You become, like our club, we've kind of become a family. So we've all kind of gotten to know each other over the years. I've seen some of these kids grow up and learn throughout the club. I've just gotten to kind of know them.
If you'd like to get involved in your 4-H club, you can go to 4-H.org. We'll post a link on our website, news8000.com. The Tomah VA Medical Center hosted its annual Independence Day celebration for inpatient veterans at the facility. Volunteers from civic and veteran organizations made it an enjoyable social event for everyone involved, and they are excited to be able to have these activities without the restrictions of COVID.
I just want to say that it's an honor to be able to help our fellow veterans doing things that they enjoy, getting them out and having some fun.
There were games, cotton candy, shaved ice, and even live music from Brian and the Mississippi Dutchman. Organizers say the roots of this event that everyone looks forward to has been going since 1947.
And as you head out the door this morning, it's looking cloudy out there with a slight chance of a shower or two. So we'll keep some slim rain chances in the forecast through at least 9 o'clock, and then partly cloudy 11. We see a little bit more sun by 1 o'clock, but we may be looking at some scattered showers and storms during the later afternoon hours today with those highs around 80 degrees. A check on your 8-day forecast showing that highs reaching about 87 tomorrow, so a little bit warmer. Slight chance of a shower or storm. Another chance of a shower or storm here on Saturday. Otherwise, it looks like Sunday through Wednesday, we're going to enter a bit of a dry period with mixed sun and clouds. And again, we warm up here a little bit. Low temperatures 50s and 60s though.
Not liking this gloomy weather. I have to say, it doesn't feel like July,
It feels more of like the winter, only it's not cold.
Exactly. It feels like we've already moved on to fall, which don't get me wrong, I love fall. It's my favorite season, but the leaves aren't changing colors.
Right, and the temperatures aren't there either. So it's just a little bit of a cloudy, summery day, I guess.
Yeah. Well, thank you for watching News 8 Now. Don't forget to keep up with us on News of the Day on news8000.com. We'll have the latest updates on today's top stories at News 8 Now at noon. Have a great morning, everyone. We'll see you back here later today.